Tyra claims the streaming giant manipulated her 3.5-hour interview for the docuseries Reality Check inside America's Next Top Model.
Welcome to WatchMojo. And today, we're looking at notable figures who found themselves battling the world's largest streaming service, Netflix.
Baskin is demanding the streaming giant remove footage of her and her rescue operation from the sequel. She's also claiming producers misled her about the original subject of the initial series.
Tyra Banks.
I haven't really said much, but now it's time.
In June 2026, Tyra Banks announced that she was taking Netflix to court, filing a defamation lawsuit against the streamer, directors Moore Laushi and Daniel Savan, and producer Everwonder Studio. And it was all over the docuseries Reality Check inside America's Next Top Model.
And there are no sacred cows. You have to let go of this, and this. 3 of my hearts.
Banks claims that she sat for a roughly 3.5-hour interview, only for a small fraction of her comments to make the final cut. Her legal team argues that key context was stripped away in editing, resulting in what they call a misleading and defamatory portrayal of both her and her involvement in America's Next Top Model.
She says, look, this is just not what I said. This is not what I had in mind. And she believes that at the end of the day that it was actually defamatory to her.
Seeking damages, Tyra claims that the documentary damaged her reputation and business interests. This stands as one of Netflix's most high-profile legal fights to date.
There's 2 reasons Tyra Banks is filing this lawsuit. One is to sue them and get damages, but even more importantly, this is about her trying to replenish her brand, get her image back up.
Sean Diddy Combs.
No matter what nobody said, let's just here and there, y'all are not working together the right way. We're losing.
When Netflix announced Sean Combs' The Reckoning, an explosive 4-part docuseries executive produced by 50 Cent, Diddy and his team were unsurprisingly not pleased. Through a spokesperson, the music mogul publicly denounced the documentary as shameful and illegal,
Claiming Netflix is using stolen footage that was never authorized for release as part of what they call a shameful hit piece.
They alleged that it contained footage that had been improperly obtained and was being exploited for profit. Of course, this criticism added another layer to an already explosive public saga for the disgraced music mogul. But with Combs and his team condemning what they claimed was an illegal hit piece, the documentary sparked a very public feud with the streamer, accusing Netflix and its partners of capitalizing off his legal strife.
Yeah, I gotta take a bag. Like the amount of people that actually I'm coming in contact with, like that's what I have to do. You know what I'm saying? It's like 150 hugs, you feel me? We gotta be realistic about what's going on out here. It's time to cleanse.
Nona Gaprindashvili.
A U.S. judge has ordered Netflix to face a lawsuit over its hit show The Queen's Gambit.
One line of dialogue led to a very real legal battle. You see, in the final episode of The Queen's Gambit, a commentator says that legendary Georgian chess champion Nona Gaprindashvili had never faced male competitors.
In the episode, a commentator during the match says the only unusual thing about her really is her sex, and even that's not unique in Russia. There's Nona Gaprindashvili, but she's the female world champion and has never faced men.
However, that statement was demonstrably false. By the time the events of the series take place in 1968, Gaprindashvili was widely recognized for having played against dozens of male opponents.
Nona's attorneys wrote Netflix has no need to use Gaprindashvili's name and to disparage her achievements for dramatic purposes.
And so, she filed a $5 million defamation lawsuit against Netflix, arguing the series diminished her accomplishments and perpetuated inaccurate information.
And she says the line is sexist and has tarnished her personal and professional reputation.
Netflix attempted to dismiss the case on First Amendment grounds, but a judge allowed it to proceed. The parties ultimately reached a confidential settlement in 2022. Judi Dench.
Dame Judi Dench is sharing her feelings about Netflix's The Crown, and she isn't holding back.
In 2022, Dame Judi Dench became one of the most prominent voices criticizing Netflix's handling of historical events in their smash hit series, The Crown. Yep, as debate intensified over the show's portrayal of members of the British royal family, Dench publicly argued that the series risked misleading viewers.
Dame Judi Dench has also intervened with ongoing royal Netflix row, with The Sun reporting on an open letter that she wrote to The Times accusing The Crown of crude sensationalism and calling for change out of respect for the royal family and the nation.
She penned an open letter expressing concerns that increasingly sensationalized storylines could damage public understanding of real events and real people.
Judi Dench has written basically asking Netflix, I think, to rein it in. Has she done that with the permission of the king?
She says no.
Right.
She says no. This is a very strongly worded letter
Yeah.
from a hugely respected figure, not just in the entertainment industry, but in British life.
The Oscar winner joined a growing chorus calling on Netflix to make clearer distinctions between documented history and dramatic invention.
Dench is also urging Netflix to include a disclaimer on each episode, which show creators have refused to do in the past.
The criticism helped fuel years of scrutiny surrounding one of Netflix's most prestigious original productions. Anna Sorokin.
What's you wearing? You look poor.
After the release of Shonda Rhimes' hit series Inventing Anna, the show's subject, Anna Sorokin, also known as Anna Delvey, openly blasted both the project and the circumstances surrounding its production. Netflix reportedly paid roughly $320,000 for rights connected to her life story, but Sorokin later expressed frustration that the series further cemented her public image as a con artist.
You've been described as a con woman. Very good con artist.
I don't see myself as such.
You don't think you've conned anybody?
No.
This was at a time when she was fighting deportation proceedings and attempting to rebuild her life. Anna argued that being unable to attend the show's premiere while still in custody highlighted the surreal nature of profiting from her story. While it never escalated into a lawsuit, Sorokin's qualms allowed viewers to see the full picture behind one of the streamer's most infamous true crime dramas.
Now the world will know that I am not an idiot. I'm not some dumb socialite.
Various directors.
And as streaming giants make their marks during awards season, a Hollywood heavyweight whose work helped define the traditional theater experience is flexing his muscle.
As Netflix transformed Hollywood, several of the industry's most influential filmmakers publicly challenged its business model. Christopher Nolan became one of Netflix's most vocal critics, repeatedly arguing that movies deserved proper theatrical releases rather than primarily serving as content for streaming platforms. Steven Spielberg also helped fuel debates about whether streaming films should qualify for the same awards consideration.
A spokesperson for Spielberg's production company tells IndieWire the three-time Oscar winner feels strongly about the situation, adding he'll be happy if the others will join his campaign.
Meanwhile, directors such as Denis Villeneuve and James Cameron voiced strong concerns about the long-term impact streaming first distribution could have on cinema.
Cameron wrote, quote, "The business model of Netflix is directly at odds with the theatrical film production and exhibition business, which employs hundreds of thousands of Americans."
More than a small disagreement, these pushbacks represented a fundamental clash with one of cinema's most disruptive forces. Linda Fairstein.
Prosecutor Linda Fairstein resigned from several boards and was dropped by her book publisher.
Following the release of Ava DuVernay's When They See Us in 2019, former prosecutor Linda Fairstein promptly filed a defamation lawsuit against Netflix.
What did these animals do between here and here?
The series chronicled the wrongful convictions of the Central Park Five and portrayed Fairstein as a central figure in the controversial investigation.
We helped make sure they got what they deserved. And I'll be damned if I'm going to lose a wink of sleep over it.
However, she argued that certain scenes falsely depicted statements and actions she never took, unfairly damaging her reputation.
Fairstein says the series attempts to portray me as an overzealous prosecutor and a bigot, and the 5 suspects as innocent of all charges against them. None of this is true.
Netflix fought the claims for years, maintaining that the series was a protected dramatization of historical events. In June 2024, the parties reached a settlement with Netflix agreeing to modify certain disclaimers accompanying the series, but it did not remove the program.
She is a part of a system that's not broken. It was built to be this way. Okay? It was built to oppress. It was built to control.
Monique.
Inequality
is devastating, and it's extreme.
A rejected offer turned into a years-long discrimination battle. Yep. In 2017, Oscar-winning comedian Monique publicly revealed that she had declined Netflix's offer for a stand-up special. Why? Well, she claimed the proposed compensation was dramatically lower than deals awarded to other comedians. She also accused the company of racial and gender bias and called for a public boycott.
I've got to speak up and speak out. And I've got to say boycott this because it's blatantly unfair.
The conflict escalated in 2019 when Monique filed a discrimination lawsuit against Netflix. The streamer attempted to dismiss the case, but several of her claims survived legal challenges and moved forward through the courts. In 2022, both sides reached a confidential settlement, ending the dispute. So much so that Monique later partnered with Netflix on a comedy special.
Why did I title this special, My Name is Monique? I give y'all my word, after 72 minutes, y'all gonna know why.
Fiona Harvey.
It's a patronizing, arrogant feeling sorry for someone you've only just laid eyes on, but I did. I felt sorry for her.
With the massive success of Baby Reindeer in 2024, Fiona Harvey publicly identified herself as the inspiration for Martha, the stalker portrayed in Richard Gadd's acclaimed series. And Harvey subsequently filed a lawsuit seeking millions in damages, alleging defamation, negligence, emotional distress, and violations of her publicity rights.
I find it quite obscene. I find it horrifying, misogynistic. Some of the death threats have been really terrible online. People phoning me up. You know, it's been absolutely horrendous.
She argued that Netflix's repeated claims that the series was a true story led millions to identify her as the real Martha and associate her with conduct she says never occurred.
But if he has 350 voice messages and it's you,
it doesn't mean the drama is true.
Netflix attempted to have the case dismissed, but a U.S. federal judge allowed key defamation claims to move forward. As of mid-2026, the lawsuit remains one of the most closely watched legal battles in entertainment.
Sometimes you create such a web of lies that you almost forget where you started running from in the first place.
Before we continue, be sure to check out WatchMojo's 24-hour live stream. All of your favorite videos in one place, 24/7. Always on, always live.
Are you not entertained?
Carole Baskin.
Hey, all you cool cats and kittens, it's Carole at Big Cat Rescue.
When Tiger King became a global sensation in 2020, Carole Baskin found herself transformed from animal rights activist into one of pop culture's most polarizing figures.
There's a lot of stories about Carole having some finger in it, but nobody can prove it.
Baskin would later say that the filmmakers had misled her about the project's intentions and unfairly emphasized speculation surrounding the disappearance of her former husband.
Hey, Carole, it's a voice from your past.
The conflict escalated when she and her current husband sued Netflix and the producers behind Tiger King 2 in an unsuccessful attempt to prevent previously recorded footage of them from appearing in the sequel.
Baskin is demanding the streaming giant remove footage of her and her rescue operation from the sequel. She's also claiming producers misled her about the original subject of the initial series.
Although a judge denied the injunction, Baskin remained one of Netflix's most outspoken critics. Meanwhile, her longtime rival Joe Exotic also repeatedly criticized Netflix, complaining that the company profited from his story while he remained incarcerated.
The vast majority of the calls and social posts and emails that I was getting were so hateful. I couldn't leave my phone on because I couldn't sleep. It was just constantly ringing.
What do you make of these celebrity feuds with Netflix? Are there any instances where you feel Netflix is in the right? Share your take in the comments down below.